Coming up, APSL Delaware River Conference is back. We'll have the highlights of the first game of the weekend, a 6-goal thriller. In the APSL Terminus Conference, can Bel Calcio throw the idle Prima side a lifeline by holding Terminus? We'll have details. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to State 48 Football's continuing coverage of the lower league game. Today we'll go through news and results from the APSL and amateur rugby. Let's get it on. Shall we? In football, 16 games were scheduled for this past week in the APSL, 1 on Wednesday, 5 on Saturday and 10 on Sunday. The Wednesday game was not played due to the mess left by the last blizzard. Also, the Lone Mayflower Conference game and the Metropolitan Conference games were postponed. In rugby, 27 matches were scheduled across the country. Scores of those to come. A couple of housekeeping notes. We errantly stated the APSL's Terminus Conference had this weekend off. They did not. We somehow equated Saturday to Sunday and were quite surprised to see an additional 10 games this weekend. On the actual Sunday. Our apologies. Also, it has come to our attention that some of our rugby results were not fully correct. The contests are generally played on Saturdays, and we check the results multiple times from Saturday afternoon until about 10 p.m. on Monday evening. A result that we did a peek on last week, a 36-0 result as we knew it, was actually a 36-35 result. Admittedly, a score of 36-35 would have been a much more interesting and exciting story than a 36-0 score. Not only to hear, but to tell. As the rugby website does not provide a recap, we try to piece together a short story, of 30 to 45 seconds, of the game from the point summary and commentary tabs. We are trying to add a little color to a nearly invisible game in the US. This is not an attempt to disparage the people involved. We understand that, as on the football side, the rugby side has a very small staff to run things. As the skeleton of this episode was already created, we will step back from the result peaks, and simply provide scores, as known, as of 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Monday. We will have to reevaluate our coverage going forward, but for this week, we will at least provide scores. With housekeeping done, let's take a peek at Vidas United and Alloy Soccer Club.
In the first game back from the winter break, we got a bright, sunny, snowless day and 6-goal thriller. The first half hour was high energy but devoid of scoring. In the 35th minute though, Christian Wieand opened the scoring for Alloy. A mere 9 minutes after that, Vidas leveled though Rich Blanchard with a laser beam strike from nearly 30 yards. 2 more goals each in the second frame followed. Vidas then took the lead in the 57th through Seko Silla, then 2 minutes after that, Kedrick Yoder leveled for Alloy. Eddie Schwartz put the hosts in front in the 62nd. After the longest lead in the game, 10 minutes, Luke Knoll's pestering paid off to bring Alloy level a second time. The final 18 minutes were action-packed, but it would end at 3 goals apiece. It was also a little bit chippy, 6 yellows in all. From Temple University Sports Complex, Vidas United 3, Alloy Soccer Club 3.
In news from the APSL. The league has announced that the Mitten Conference will begin promotion and relegation with the Michigan Premier League, possibly this season. More details to come at a later date. Haverla FC of Warren, Michigan has joined the Mitten Conference. Football, in a contest with first-place implications, Bel Calcio and Terminus.
Terminus FC rolled into Maynard Jackson High School with a narrow 2-point lead at the top of the conference, hoping to extend that back to 5 points. Bel Calcio's Miles Lavelle put the hosts in front just before the break and held on to defeat the conference leaders by 1-0. From Maynard H. Jackson High School in Atlanta, Bel Calcio 1, Terminus 0.
News from the Midwest Premier League. The 2026 season has dropped for all but a few of the teams. The season begins May 3rd. A peek at the Delaware River Conference, Philly SC and Philly Heritage.
On a cold night in Philadelphia, Philadelphia Soccer Club looked to close the gap against Philadelphia Heritage for a national playoff spot. The game was strongly contested throughout. It took until first half stoppage time for the first goal. PSC's Rashid Thomas received a 50-yard ball over the top, racing to a one-on-one with, and beating the keeper to break the deadlock for a 1-0 halftime lead. From a 50th-minute corner kick, Thomas, in a crowd of bodies, managed to get his head to the ball and knot it down. Ben Richter tapped that ball in from about a yard out to double the lead. In the 90th minute, this was twice put to bed from the foot of Sal Ficarrata. An inch-perfect cross from Sexton was sent home before the Heritage keeper knew what was happening to triple the lead. He then made it 4 or 5 minutes later, with a purposeful run from the touchline beating 2 defenders to go far post. Heritage had no lack of opportunities, but PSC turned up the pressure late to control the game. From Northeast High School in Philadelphia, Philadelphia Soccer Club 4, Philadelphia Heritage 0.
News from the Northern Ohio, no updates this week. A peek in the Terminus Conference, Georgia United and Majestic. Majestic SC paid a visit to Georgia United and left with the points, powered by a hat trick from Adrian Lawler. United, after winning their last 2 to climb out of the drop spots, were not prepared for their guests. Christopher Avery in the 14th, Thierno Isabre in the 19th and Rashid Allah Rapay in the 33rd put this realistically out of reach. Just before halftime, Adrian Lawler began his hat-trick performance. The 65th and 68th minutes saw Lawler score again and officially put this out of reach. United were spared the blushes through Bruno Tiscornia in the 82nd. From the best academy in Atlanta, Georgia United 1, Majestic 6. Finally, in the league for clubs news. The alignments for the Gulf Coast Conference, along with a 3-week preliminary schedule. Please note, there are no set dates for the games, just the week they are scheduled to occur. The conference is divided into East and West divisions. The West Division teams are located in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama and Florida, AFC Mobile of Mobile, Alabama, GAFA FC of Jackson, Mississippi, NOLA Ramparts FC of New Orleans, Louisiana, Pensacola FC Academy of Pensacola, Florida, and Union 10 FC of Daphne, Alabama. The East Division teams are located in Georgia and Florida, Legacy FC of Panama City, Florida, Pensacola FC of Pensacola, Florida, PSC Panama City Beach FC of Panama City Beach, Florida, Tallahassee FC of Tallahassee, Florida, and Valdosta FC of Valdosta, Georgia. Preliminary schedule for the South Texas Conference, just the first 3 weeks. Again, note there are no dates set. That's now the alignment of 37 of the teams for the upcoming season. The rest will be announced over the next couple of weeks. So far, there are 55 games planned for the NorCal Conference, 30 in South Texas Conference, and 50 in the Gulf Coast Conference. That's 135 so far. In Sevens Rugby, the HSBC Vancouver Sevens on March 7th and 8th are coming up fast, quickly followed by the HSBC New York Sevens on March 14th and 15th. Now, the final score.
APSL Saturday's scores. Vidas United 3, Alloy 3. Vistula Garfield vs Lansdowne Yonkers. Game postponed. Rail Central New Jersey 5. German American Kickers 1. Medford Strikers 3. Jersey Shore 0. Richmond County vs LaRose. Game postponed. APSL Sunday's scores. Georgia United 1, Majestic 6. New York Athletic Club vs Doxa, and Falcons vs Praia Capital. Games postponed. Bell Calcio 1, Terminus 0. Central Park vs New York Pancyprians. Game postponed. Peachtree 9, Gwinnett 1. Sewell Old Boys 0, Oakland United 2. Philadelphia Soccer Club 4, Philadelphia Heritage 0. New York Greeks vs New York International, and Zoom Schneider vs Hoboken. Games postponed. Rugby scores. Carolinas Women's Division 2. Savannah Shamrocks vs Fayetteville Valkyries. No score reported. Florida Men's Division 2. Pelicans 5, FTL Knights 48. Florida Women's Division 2. Tampa Crew 76. Hammerheads 3. Orlando 36. Jacksonville 12. Northern California Men's Division 1 and 2. Life West 73. Santa Rosa 41, Silicon Valley 67, San Jose 17. East Palo Alto vs. Olympic Club. No score reported. Northern California Women's Division 1 and 2. Life West 24. All Blues 26. Pacific Northwest Premiership. Interdivisional. Seattle Orcas 0. Bend Roughriders 7. Pacific Northwest Premiership. Division 2. Oregon Rugby 0. Valley Kangaroos 20. Pacific Northwest Women's D1 and D2. Competitive. Tacoma Sirens vs. Eugene Reign. No score reported. Stellar Sea Lions 0. Emerald City Mudhens 33. Seattle Orcas 46. Bend Lady Roughriders 10. Southern California Men's Division 1. Eagle Rock 57. Old Aztecs 25. Old Mission Bay 59. Oceanside 22. Belmont Shore vs. Santa Monica. No score reported. Southern California Men's Division 2. Belmont Shore 78. San Fernando 0. Southern California Women's Division 1. Belmont Shore 0. Santa Monica 50. Tempe 0. Surfers 47. Southern California Women's Division 2. Fullerton Wolfpack 38. San Fernando 26. Southwest Men's Division 2 and 3. Phoenix Senior Men vs. Phoenix Storm. And Landsharks vs. Santa Fe Santos. No score reported. Southwest Women's Division 2. Lady Landsharks 17. Phoenix 46. Texas Men's Premiership. Austin Blacks 32. Austin Huns 14. Dallas Reds 32. Dallas Quins 20. Texas Men's Division 2. Dallas Reds 7. Houston United 46. Fort Worth 12. Austin Huns 56. San Antonio 48. Grand Prairie 26. Texas Women's Premiership. San Antonio Riveters 7. Little Rock 46. True South Men's Division 2. Birmingham Vulcans vs. New Orleans. No score reported.
Now a look at the tables. In the Metropolitan. No changes. Greeks are 8 points clear. Delaware River. Alloy closes the gap to 9 points behind Predators after an entertaining 6-goal draw to start the spring half of the season. Medford looks to claw their way out of danger after a 3-0 win. PSC jumps from 7th to 5th with their win. Mid-Atlantic. No games this week, so no changes. Mayflower. No games this week, but South Coast has already been awarded a 3-0 win against Invictus. The game was scheduled for next Sunday. The forfeit win solidifies their 4th place spot. Constitution. No changes. Terminus. After 6 wins and a draw in their first 7 games, Terminus has lost 2 of their last 3 to give Prima a shot at the conference title. United have their win streak stopped dramatically, 6-1, but remain safe from the drop zone. For now. This weekend's results have created a logjam near the top. Trinity. No games yet, but on the schedule to begin March 8th, North Texas hosts Arlington while Carrollton hosts the Rage. Mitten. Now up to 7 teams. No play as yet, but still no Inter-Detroit either. A few highlights. Rich Blanchard of Vidas United gives us a fantastic welcome back strike on Saturday.
Into Simon. Blanchard back on the ball. Picks his head up. Has a hit from distance. What a hit it was! And what a goal from Rich Blanchard. Second in scoring for Vitus, but might be the goal of the season for this team so far. What a hit from Rich Blanchard. My goodness.
Rashid Thomas with an emphatic end to the first half Sunday night in Philly.
Make it a little bit challenging for them here. And again, it's back in front, back to forward. Rashid Thomas one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he finds the back of the net. Brilliant front-to-back football here
Sal Ficarata takes on 2 defenders and scores a decisive insurance goal in second half stoppage time.
Philly SC now has the time and the space to play it out wide to Figueroa, who's there again. The 3v3 back here. He drops the shoulder, takes him wide, and finds the back of the net brilliantly. Side netting. It's like he knows exactly what he wants to do with that ball when he gets it.
That will do it for now. If you appreciate what we do, give us a like. We'll see you next week.